Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on January 15th, 2026 using my Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Here we are in my January monthly spread. I have all of my bills listed. Majority of the ones from my last paycheck in 2025 are checked off. I am filming this a little bit early, so still waiting for my Kindle subscription to come out of my account. But we're going to be budgeting for our first paycheck of 2026, which I'm receiving on the 15th of January. I am going to flip forward to my paycheck budget tracker and we're going to zoom on in. So the first thing that we're going to look at is my inflow section. This is where I list my income from my full-time job. In 2025, I had my inflow listed as $3,200. I did get a raise at the end of 2025 that bumped me up a little bit. So 3,300 makes a lot of sense. I think that's going to work for me. In terms of our bills or fixed expenses, we do have quite a few with this paycheck. We're basically going to be paying everything that's left for the rest of January with this paycheck. And so my optimum, which is my home phone internet and my cable, did go up significantly. I do have to reach out to them to see if I could get that lowered. I'm not sure that that's going to work, but I'm budgeting it currently at $230. Netflix, I'm budgeting at $20. Verizon, I'm budgeting at $170. Church, I'm budgeting at $20. And then my Nelnet student loan, I'm budgeting at $400. All of that added together does equal $840. And if I subtract that from the 3,300 we budgeted my income to be, we're left with 2,460 that we're bringing down to our variable expense section. Now, I always have the same variable expenses and the same budgeted amounts for them every single pay period, but that may change depending on what your budget requires. I also switched up this section for 2026 and decided to combine groceries and eating out into a food category. That budgeted amount is not something I'm going to be taking out in cash. I'm going to transfer my $300 for food into a separate variable expense checking account that I have. That way, if I'm ordering groceries, I can pay with that account. And then also if I'm eating out with friends, I can just use my debit card. For gas, we're budgeting $50, and then for miscellaneous, we're budgeting $150. All of this added together does equal $500. And if I subtract that from the $2,460 we were left with after bills, I have $1,960 that we're bringing over to the sinking fund section. Now, this section's always my favorite, but it's getting even more exciting because we have officially started what I call my sinking fund snowball. So I started saving for my 2026 sinking funds, I think either in August or September. I can't exactly remember. But I did have some rollover from 2025 into 2026. And with that rollover, several of my 2026 sinking funds that have monetary goals hit those monetary goals. So moving forward, instead of putting less cash, less total cash towards my sinking funds because some of those envelopes have hit goal, I'm still going to be contributing $800, but the way that that's distributed is going to start looking different because for envelopes that have reached goal, that money is going to go towards an envelope that hasn't reached goal in order to allow me to reach goal on all of those sinking funds more quickly. So let's go through it and I'll kind of point out the envelopes along the way. Car insurance and taxes is getting its usual $190. Christmas usually, I believe, was getting $30. It's now going to be getting $57 because of that sinking fund snowball. Black Friday usually gets 25, it's getting 158, and I think it's reaching goal with this 158. And then the rest of these here are actually my rolling sinking funds. They don't have any monetary goal attached to them. I just save the same amounts every single pay period. So really, we only have three sinking funds that need to reach goal for 2026. So giving's getting its usual 50, household is getting 20, home maintenance is getting 100, baby is getting 30, travel is getting 100, personal is getting 30, car maintenance is getting 65. So all of that added together does equal $800. And if we subtract that from the 1960 we were left with after bills and variable expenses, we have $1,160 to play with. Now, I am doing a payment to my student loans with this pay period, but given the amount of extra cash we have here, I decided to just add 160 to my $400 payment in order to leave me with an even $1,000 to put towards my house savings. Both of those added together do equal our $1,160, and we have $0 left over. Our next page is going to be the cash envelope breakdown for this paycheck. And this isn't necessarily the most exciting page. I do try to keep things as easy and simple as possible. And because I'm not doing any year-long savings challenges for 2026 besides my $5 challenge, I don't have to do anything fancy or special with the way I'm pulling out cash for my variable expense envelopes. So as a reminder, food is not getting pulled out in cash because I have a separate checking account for it. But gas is getting its 50 in a $50 bill. Miscellaneous is getting its 150 in a $100 bill and a $50 bill. And then all of my sinking funds are getting their denominations in the largest denominations possible. All of this added together does equal $1,000, and that's what you're going to see me stuffing into my envelopes when my cash envelope stuffing posts. I would normally try to get it up for Saturday, but I am picking up a little bit of overtime on Friday, so I'm not sure that that's going to happen. It may not post until Sunday. And that's going to be it for this budget with me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the way that I budget, the products that I use, please do not hesitate to put a comment down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.